Hello. I want to tell you something very important today about God's timing, and this is a lesson that you will probably understand more as you get older and when you get into your 20s and you want to fall in love. Hopefully you will remember this lesson because that's kind of when you need the lesson the most. I want to show you something. Look at this clock, this really pretty clock. Can you see that? I saw a clock like this in a friend's house about 12 years ago when I was 15 years old. I wasn't very old at all, and I wanted a clock like that, so I prayed for one, and I had to wait 12 years, but the other day I actually found it in Vinnie's, and it's a really valuable clock. I looked it up on the internet, but because I prayed for it, I found it in Vinnie's for a very reasonable price. So what does this mean? The thing is, I prayed for the clock, I waited for the clock, I got the clock, but it took 12 years. And it's really interesting that it's a clock because that is a picture of God's timing in our lives. When you pray for something, you won't always get it immediately. And the bigger the thing is, the more valuable it is, the more you're going to have to wait for it, because God likes to use our desires as lessons to trust Him. And He's interested to see how long are we going to wait for Him, and are we going to wait as long as we need to wait for Him. But if you do wait for Him, He never disappoints. He will answer your prayers, and He will answer them exactly as you need them answered. Maybe not as you initially wanted them answered, but the way He answers them will be so much better than anything you could have thought up. And like, this clock is really a very valuable clock, and I probably couldn't have got it in an antique store. You will get things from prayer that you yourself are not capable of getting. But the secret is you have to wait for them, and you might have to wait a long time. And what you do in the waiting period is you develop your relationship with God, because really that's the thing that we're put on the earth to do. We're here to make friends with God, and waiting for our prayers to get answered is how we develop our friendship with Him. So remember that. Keep praying. Keep believing your prayers will be answered. And if you aren't getting an answered prayer, just keep praying, because it's all about getting God's perfect timing. Love you lots. Bye-bye.